A very warm welcome to the Sound of Silence. My name is DrumPIPO, and today on the show I'm hanging out with an amazing musician, amazing artist. He's a folk artist right here on the show. He's gonna be sharing two of his original songs and also some of his life stories. You don't want to miss out on this. It's gonna be beautiful. And of course, this show is made possible by Turnkey Music, a music shop based in Malibongwe Drive in Randburg. Do you need musical equipment? Come check these guys out. I'm sure they'll be able to assist you and advise you on whatever you need for your purchase. Are you planning your next live DVD shoot? Do you need sound rental? Look out DrumPIPO Music, and I'm sure they'll be able to assist you. And if you haven't subscribed yet to this channel, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell so you get all of our future notifications for our upcoming shows. One more time, a very warm welcome to the Sound of Silence with myself, DrumPIPO. Stay tuned. The Sound of Silence with DrumPIPO. Alright, and welcome back to the Sound of Silence. My name is DrumPIPO. You know I hang out with cool people, right? I have an amazing chap right here with me. I told you already, my brother, Basson Laas.
Yeah,
welcome
thank you so
to the
much,
Sound of
Filippo.
Silence.
Thank you. It's wonderful to be here.
Tell me something. That name, Basson Laas, is that your real name?
Yes, it is. It's actually both my grandfather's surnames.
Okay.
Yeah, so the one side of the family is the Bassonne, or the
Yes.
Bassons rather,
Yes.
and Laas. And yeah, or you can either say it's my mother's maiden name as well, Basson,
Wow.
and then my father's
Such a
surname.
beautiful, cool name.
Yeah,
you know the
thanks.
instrument
It's not a stage
bassoon.
name.
You know the instrument bassoon.
A bassoon, yes.
You know it, right?
Yes, I know. Is that?
When I heard the name the first time, I was like, is that a nickname? Is that a stage name? Or what's going on here?
Perhaps
you
it
know?
was my first instrument or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I like it.
So, how did you find yourself in music?
Well, I want to say recently it was right after COVID. I felt like restaurants were opening up again.
Yeah.
And there were some opportunities, and I didn't know at all still like what it is that I wanted to do. And so I figured, the whole COVID thing was actually a blessing in a sense, because
Yeah.
it made me figure out, or made me want to try at least pick up the guitar and dust
Yeah.
it off and see
Yeah.
if I can do this. But the music's always been there. I mean, like
Yeah.
for most musicians, I think it really started
That's
early.
Right. That's right.
The first instrument that I played was a violin.
Not a bassoon.
Not a bassoon. Violin, and I had just for the theoretical side, I did some piano as well, because if you do your examinations in violin, then you have to do the theory part as well.
Yeah.
And I just felt like piano helped a little bit with that.
Yeah.
But don't ask me to play a piano or a violin today.
It was just for the sake of the studies.
It was just for the I think it
Yeah.
gave me an edge a little.
That's right.
Because when I picked up a guitar for the first time when I was about 13 or 14 years old,
Yeah.
I remember listening to a song, and I was able to figure out the chords, or
Yeah.
at least the progression or whatever of
Yeah.
the song quite easily. And I
Yeah.
think I have the violin to thank for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
You grew up in the farm,
Yeah.
in a farm setup.
Yeah.
You know, that serene is, I want to retire in a farm.
Yeah.
But
it's nice.
you had it, with your childhood. Would you say that it has an effect on your music?
I wouldn't say so
I
necessarily.
don't know, maybe the birds chirping, things
I
like
think
that.
nature-wise,
Yeah.
possibly. I mean, I think it's just, I don't know. Birds chirping.
You haven't realized it yet. But,
Yeah, maybe
but
not.
it's probably working. Probably
No, I
decent.
think being or growing up on a farm, it's
Yeah.
obviously a very chilled environment.
That's right.
And I had lots of time playing outside and climbing trees and whatever. So
Yeah.
I think it was mainly perhaps just a matter of having a good childhood and having space, running around in the fields
Yeah.
and going for a swim in
That's
the
right.
dam and
That's
whatever
right.
the case may be. And I think that was I think most of my songs are, or so far, the songs that are out, are very happy, and you know, I think it speaks of having a nice childhood, which I'm very blessed for. And but other than that, I mean, yeah, really, music only really knocked on my door after leaving the whole farm thing. Because I went to high school in Bloemfontein, and so I left the farm, and so don't go there that often anymore.
So look, there's a difference when music is just a hobby, and when music becomes your
profession.
Career. You know, how did you convince your family that, look, at this time, I'm ready to do this thing head on? You know, how did they accept it, and how did you convince them?
Well, I think it's funny because I remember when I just picked up the guitar back in high school. I remember my mom telling me, "Please, Lovey, don't start a band. Like, you have to go and study. You have to like don't." And I think nowadays my family is really rooting for me with this whole music thing, especially my mom now. And I think
because the studies they are done. I mean, you've
I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to do the thing.
You know.
No, but I think I think it wasn't. You know, if you, I suppose if you prepare someone like years in advance, because I've wanted to try do this the whole music thing full time ever since I was in in varsity, like 2013, 14. We had a band, a couple of friends of mine. We were like this folk 3-piece. We named ourselves Man the Fields, but that was more like a, you know, we played in bars, and it was a nice thing to do over weekends for an extra like income or a zakgeldjie, you know.
Right.
And but when I really started thinking about doing this full time, let's say end of 2021 ish, then I asked my wife. I told her, like, listen, I really want to try this, but I mean, it's a gamble. It's I just hear so many people saying how tough the industry is, and how difficult it is to make a name for yourself.
They're just scaring you, man. They're scaring you.
It is. I mean, perhaps they were telling me that to, you know, like scare me off, you know. But I told my wife, listen, I just want to do this for a year. Just give me a year. By December, I'll sit down, we'll revise this whole thing, see if it was actually feasible and worth it. And after 1 year, I was really surprised. I was...
you were gigging.
I was gigging, and the gigs just keep on coming in.
That's right.
So I think it was
worth it.
In that sense, it wasn't necessarily like I had to convince anybody. I just had to make it work, somehow. And year one was just, you know, gigging, trying to get the equipment and everything, because I had some gear, but it was really trying to get new cables and all those stuff, and save up enough to start recording my own songs. And year two was for the EP. And
talking about recording your own songs, you have a new one out. You have
that's right.
You know, some beautiful stuff out there.
Yeah, it's called Worth Loving.
Tell me about it.
Well, I think if your audience is making, if they see me now for the first time, they probably won't know about the EP. But I think it's just important to mention that I've had this this little notebook since 2009 with so many songs or phrases even, or just things that I've written down. And I've been carrying this little book with me ever since end of high school until now, and only last year when I released my EP, I decided to share some of those songs from that book.
That's right.
And this new song, Worth Loving, is also from that book. And it's probably one of the oldest songs that I've written. I wrote the first of the lyrics back in 2011, while I was still, I was training to become
finding your feet.
pilot. Yes, that was
okay.
actually my first
I
first
see.
thing that I wanted to try. I wanted to go up in Africa and fly,
yeah.
you know, like these little Piper or
Yes,
Cessna airplanes
yes,
or whatever.
yes.
But I think I had lots of time to spare, so most of my songs that I've written so far comes out of, you know, the early, like 2011, 2012.
Okay.
But Worth Loving is a love song,
Okay.
but it is more, you know, of a sort of a self-love. It starts out with not, or rather say
loving yourself.
Loving yourself, and we're wondering if people actually love you. You know, if do they accept you, and then it has this cathartic, you know, I'm actually good enough.
That's right.
If you give me a chance,
That's
you
right.
don't judge me or whatever,
That's
and then I am worth loving too, I suppose.
Beautiful, man. Look, what are you performing for us today?
So I'm gonna do Worth Loving.
Yes.
But I'd also like to play Strangers, which is the favorite song, the fourth song of my EP from last year.
Wow.
And it's my favorite acoustic song, and I think it will be a nice fit.
Beautiful, man. You know what? Let's do your first song, and then we'll come back and talk some more.
Okay, cool.
All right, take it away.
Strangers dwelling in the night, awkward handshakes to the right, and there are voices that are speaking their mind. So let's shut them up before they ruin the kind. But suddenly I melt away, staring at those eyes, and in all a cigarette lights. Some say that life is short of fair, but others, well, they don't really care. But the blood of youth that's racing through my veins knows the feeling of some of life's pains, but silently embrace the wind and let those rotten things be. Confess to the ground your place is here with me. Just carry on your mystery, my dear. To be foolish will make us learn. We're so young, so much to earn. So come whisper your love into my ears, and please carry on your mystery, my dear. Ooh, just carry on your mystery, my dear. your mystery, my dear. Just carry on your mystery, my dear. Just carry on your mystery, my dear.
All right, and welcome back one more time to the Sound of Silence. My name is DrumPIPO, and I'm hanging out with Basson right here on the Sound of Silence. Beautiful music indeed. I had a great time. My brother, that was good, man.
Thank you.
That was good. That was good. That was good. Now I see why your parents gave you that name.
Oh yeah, the music, the instrument boy, the instrument son.
Yeah. Look, such a beautiful sound, man. Your voice, the guitar, the tone, everything is perfect, man.
Thanks.
Where do you get your inspiration?
Well, I'd say most of my songs are very folk driven. So I have this folkish vibe.
Yeah.
You know, when I was in varsity, we listened to a lot of Mumford and Sons.
Okay.
I mean, I really love Coldplay as well,
Yeah.
and I love older bands like U2, etc.
Yeah.
But also like the newer guys like Mighty Oaks.
Yeah.
Young the Giant. I don't know
Yeah.
if these are familiar bands to you. They're all international, but those were that was the music that we listened to when I was in my first years of varsity. And I think when the inspiration came, like to pick up a guitar and try and write songs similar to those for the first time. I mean, it comes out of that time. But recently, yes, I've seen and heard so many other musicians or acts and bands that are there nowadays, and I get inspired by them just as much. So I'm curious to see, since these songs are quite old, I'd say in a sense, dating back to the folkish days. I'm curious to see whether I'll be able to, try and go with the, like to change with the times. You know.
But look, there are a lot of strange things that people do. Well, I would say strangish. You know, in terms of rituals. There are artists that do a lot of rituals. You know,
like
everybody
before
has
a
their
show.
own rituals. Some before a show, some before a record. Do you have any rituals that you do? Maybe breathing exercises. Maybe some yoga,
not necessarily. I do some vocal warm-ups. I think that tends to help a little, just with the nerves, especially because I'm very new to this whole thing. Sometimes I'm very nervous before a show, but I do some vocal warm-ups, and then just like to, I don't know, go sit somewhere in peace before I perform. I think is usually the nicest for me. Because I don't need to be psyched up or anything. I'm very chilled. But it's nice to just get into the groove by being on my own. I suppose.
So look, besides, actually, when I hear your music, it reminds me of Ed Sheeran.
Oh yeah,
you know. So besides that dude, who would you want to collab with? I mean, dead or alive?
Yeah, that's a tricky one because there are so many. And
just one.
You know, there's this guy from Sweden that I love. I love his music very much. He's called the tallest man on earth.
Okay. How tall is he?
Huh?
How tall is he?
He is the tallest. I don't know. His name is Christian, but he's a very, very acoustic, very finger picking style, and I think I draw a lot of inspiration from his stuff as well, especially the picking. So if I could, I wouldn't say like. Even working on a project with him would be like a massive thing, but just performing with him, or perhaps joining him on tour maybe one day. I don't know, but first I gotta get to Europe and play some shows there.
You never know. Just tag him on the video.
Maybe shake his hands first, and then we'll see.
Yeah, beautiful. Look, so if you're given the chance to change one thing in the industry, what will it be? And why?
To change one thing in the music industry.
Yes.
Sure. Well, I'm actually curious, you know, if nowadays songs are being heard as much as it seems like they were heard in the past.
Okay.
I mean, like, I think the industry is very saturated with so many songs being released on a daily basis worldwide.
Yeah.
And you do get Spotify and you do get Apple Music, and now there are all sorts of fantastic platforms where you can get your music from.
Yeah.
But I would say, you know, it would have still been a nice thing to be able to sell your album
CDs,
or your CD,
your cassettes,
exactly, like
your vinyls,
something tangible, something that, you know, if a old lady comes after a show and she's like, hey, I like this, where can I get your stuff? She's not gonna listen to Spotify. So and I suppose you can do CDs still if you really want to, but it doesn't work like that. So but I don't want to change that. I mean, we have to adapt to the, you know, with the times. It's just sad that, you know, if your music does, you know, get listened to on Spotify, then what the artists get out of that is very meager, and it's not necessarily something that you can call a second income, especially if you're like where I am, like so new in this whole thing. But that would be a nice change.
No, awesome, man. Awesome, man. Look, let's do your next song. Thank you so much for coming to hang out with me.
Yeah.
All the best with your music, man.
Thank you.
All right, take it away.
Some days I wonder, some days I fear. What is more dreadful and less obscure than not to be loved by the people you love, and not even the one who rose above? The winter's again settling in, and the absence of your warmth keeps me trembling. I can even remember the last time I got to someone I hold dear, and someone who knows my soul. I know I'm a little rough around the edges, but they say the diamonds are formed under great pressures. And if you give me a chance, no judging in advance, so I'll look into your eyes, honey, and tell you no more lies. Together we can grow old, my love will just be twofold. If one star shares my love, look into the midnight sky, 'cause you're worth loving too. When I'm around you, I wanna cheat death, and your radiant smile, visible from a mile, sometimes makes me feel that I've known you for years, and the days of darkness suddenly become clearer. I know I'm a little rough around the edges, but they say the diamonds are formed under great pressures. And if you give me a chance, judging in advance, so I'll look into your eyes, honey, and tell you no more lies. Together we can grow old, my love will just be twofold. If one star shares my love, and look into the midnight sky, 'cause you're worth loving, You're worth loving. You're worth loving too.
All right, that's it for the day. Thank you so much for hanging out with myself and Basson right here on the Sound of Silence. I had a great time, and I'm sure you also did. Beautiful music indeed. If you haven't subscribed yet, be sure to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell for all of our future notifications of our upcoming shows. Until then, I will see you next week, same time, same place. God bless. Bye-bye.